like I said, I'll be having a chat with people from all over the world, and today I'm having my first guest in the house. We are going to have a chat, and before we start, I'd like them to introduce themselves, starting from here.
Great, my name is Hellen Olivia Akotomulu Nyakach Makine Nakawutu Tadwongora, therefore Mtawali. How about that?
Thank you guys. I'm glad to have you in the house, and thank you so much, Hellen, for honoring my invitation.
Yes.
In fact, I like your introduction.
Yes. That's where we come from, you know. Where we come from, we are the people equivalent of Europeans. European, we have to back yourself back, man. This song. Hey.
That is the way you say it, that like when you walk, you know,
yes, that woman therefore. That's the way I walk like you gotta notice me. Only baby.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
The first time I saw you was in Tasker Project Film, and I really fell in love with your talent and what you're doing. And from that time, I started searching who is this Hellen, and I wanted to know more about you. We've met so many times, and today I really want to know who is Hellen apart from Tasker Project.
I think you're in for a treat. Yes. Nasi ringi. Yeah.
Who is Hellen?
So who is me? Well, you can notice from my introduction that I have a long introduction. I went to the US one day. I know in the US people make their names short, but Hellen, I don't want to be called Hellen.
Because they're not in hell.
Yes. Now apparently where I come from, people praise themselves. When you're introducing yourself, you gotta say everything about you. So these are my real names, by the way. People are like, can you repeat that again? I'm like, yeah, it's my name, so I can repeat it again. So just so you know, Hellen Olivia Akot Omolo. Omolo is my father. Nyakach Makine Nakawutu Tadwongora, therefore that's where I come from. Nyakach. When you see me walk, you hear. Now then, it's South African Zulu. If you want Zulu, I can talk to you. That's why I like them. And then Mtawali is my address. My address yangu huyu ndio jina wa whatever. So that's Mtawali.
And that is now the day after.
Yes.
Okay. And in terms of talent.
Yeah. So talent, my mother says that she thought I was very talented, and I started singing when I was still in the womb. I would go. Then she sees her stomach. Many other beatboxing kitambo bwana. I started beatboxing a long time ago in my mom's womb. So when my mom said that there was a time I was sick, and what actually made me come to was the fact that I was able to sing a praise and worship song while they thought I was going to die. And when I woke up, came back to wapofu ikatoka kwa mdomo, and really like started singing, oh God is good, oh God is good. Wow. That time I was how many? 1, 2, 3 years old.
3 years old.
Yes.
And you could sing like that.
Yes, and I started singing with the church choir when I was in class 5. Nursery school, I used to lead praise and worship at the assembly. Yeah, so my mom thought I was very gifted. Like singing, in terms of singing, I was so committed to singing. I would want to sing everybody who would come to our home, I wanted to sing to them. And they said, Hellen, can you now lead the people to sing? And brothers and sisters, I'm singing, but then the 5 of us, we arranged ourselves, and then like, okay, we're going to sing. We had a house choir. So that's where my talent, takes me back all the way. So I really thank my dad and my mom for nurturing this talent, and allowing me to sing. I know the very first song I sang with the choir was Ewe Mariamu Utanzamana, and then the choir goes Ewe Mariamu Utanzamana. My dad would be like, yes, that's my daughter, yes. Yeah, so that's why even I have a heart for kids today. I see kids 3 years old, and my schools online are full of 9-year-olds, I tell you, and they do a fantastic job. This weekend, we have them for a show, a recital. They are pretty much 9-year-olds and some grown-ups and some adults. Yeah, we're going to do a recital online. By mistake. It is a blessing in disguise that has made me find out so much talent that is out there that is really waiting to be done?
I encourage talent, and I've been encouraging parents who have talented kids to take the clips of them doing what they love the most and share with me those clips, because they may win a talent gift or even education voucher. And today you see I have my most talented guest in the house. We are going to talk more and we are going to learn more from her.
Actually, I'm going to encourage them to do that for you, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we just send, where are we going to send this to? To events?
First we're starting with the event show, then we're going to see what is there for us in future.
Excellent, excellent.
So when you're starting, when your parents noticed that you are talented, did they take you to talent school? Or
no, thank you. My father was the choir master, and then my mother was the outdoor singer. But they say the place for me to perform was in our house. There's a day we will sing for you.
So that's where you started.
That's where I started. So our concerts used to be in our house. Yes.
Then now after Tasker Project Fame, you came up with different schools to nurture.
Now after Tasker Project Fame, there was that period where Corona struck and most of the people were encouraged to work from home. Then I realized I've been teaching people and it just stopped all of a sudden. Why don't I take advantage of this? And then I went online. Started teaching people on Facebook. Then before I know it, in less than a year, I had 14,000 followers following us on Africa Online Vocalists. And that's why I realized there's talent that is untapped. So from finishing the season 1, we have up to season 4, season 1, season 2, then another one came up called Talanta Ajira. Somebody noticed what I was doing with Africa Online Vocalists, and they asked me to partner with them. And Talanta Ajira is based from the coast, and that doesn't stop us from tapping talent from all over. So now we've done 2 seasons of Talanta Ajira, and these guys are participating in Talanta Ajira. Now, apart from Talanta Ajira, there's another one that also came up, which actually was my teacher. For me to strategize, to know what to do at AOV, Africa Online Vocalists, there was Nairobi Performing, a studio that was sponsored by the government, and Stuart Nash. So we did a few of trainings for Form 4 or people and primary school kids who were a little idle at that time. We did some training with them online. That opened the branch of Nairobi Performing Arts Studio. Today we visit high schools and tap talent. We have sessions with different high schools on Mondays and Friday, on Thursdays, depending on what schedule the school has given us. On Mondays and Thursdays we leave it out for Nairobi Performing Arts Studio. But also there's another one called IYF by Koreans who live just here next to our home here in Roysambu. So that is IYF, a branch for music was opened. So she comes from Nairobi Performing Arts Studio, and she did Talanta Ajira from Mombasa. Actually, it cost her to come all the way and stay with me so she can nurture her modeling talent, her singing talent, her dancing talent.
Okay, so at Talanta Ajira, you nurture, you identify talents and you help those people to...
Yes, these are more youths there. Most of them are youths now. So where we allow dancers, we allow singers, we allow models, we allow people who can do drama, we allow people who know how to knit and weave, etc. So it's more open. People who can cook, we even have somebody who cooks for us.
Yeah. She told me she does art. There are a lot of things that she...
Yes, now she does fine art and stuff, that creative art with her hands, like doing background thing,
So you are talented all around, not only singing, vocals.
Personally, yes, I'm an artist, I'm an actress. That's why I realized that all these things are things that if I am taking advantage of, why don't I also share with the youth so they can be able to know that, especially if you're a musician, it comes with the 5 disciplines. Music itself, dancing, drama, creativity, and writing. Wow. So if you tap onto this, that is clear way for 74 jobs. Wow. Yes.
Okay. So at Talanta Ajira, you guys organize like events for musicians?
Now for Talanta Ajira and just like Africa Online Vocalists, we train them online. But then on the event, because of Corona, on the day of the event, we give them the prizes. Like it's also a competition in between weekly. They compete weekly, but do trainings also weekly.
So they compete online?
They compete online.
For a prize?
Yes, for a prize.
Okay.
Yes. And they're different prizes. Sometimes we just give them motivational prizes that are virtual, but we also give them tangible prizes. Some of them, like on Talanta Ajira, the latest one was somebody received a Samsung phone. So some of these kids that I talked to you about have stood in front of these multitudes and stood in front of these presidents unspoken because I believe in them. I believe they can do it. Hata wewe hivi. Ngoja tu sasa YouTube kupeleke mpaka huko kamera nini America.
Mimi
nitapata
tuanze na piano
kabisa.
Tuanze na tuende kwa vocals. Then
ongea kama radio presenter. You know how to control their voice, you know how to not jaza mahewa. Kwa hivyo sasa you're using your voice badly, you know.
Then we can start that. I hope
yes. So for those of you who work for television stations, we also have voice sessions for you. Don't just go into television broadcasting or broadcast media not knowing that you need to sharpen your voice so that you can sound right, so you can breathe right at the right time. Talk to me. My number is 0722699932. My YouTube channel is Hellen Mtawali. But my Facebook is Hellen Mtawali, my page. Hellen Akoth Mtawali, my profile page. Please look for me because I know you got me with you.
I hope you now understand when I talk about talent. You understand what I talk about now. You can bring those kids. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what age you are. You can register yourself at AOV and maybe Talanta. And you will be somewhere. You can see her products here. And even those two kids you see on Zora.
Yes.
They are the product of Hellen. One of them.
Yes, one of them.
One of them is the product of Hellen.
Yeah.
So you know where you're going and you know where to start from.
Yeah.
So let's start here. We will take a short break and we will be back with... Thank you guys for staying tuned and welcome back to the show. We are still continuing with talent, but we are going to talk more about personal life. But then, still remember I said, if you have those talented kids, do not hesitate to take the clips of them doing what they love the most and share with me those clips. They may stand a chance to win a gift for themselves or even a talent voucher. Now, back to the show. Hellen.
Yes, here I am.
Like we were talking in the first session, we've talked more about talent and what you were doing. But then apart from music and the talent that the organization that you formed to nurture people's talent, we have Talent Ajira and AOV.
Yes.
What else do you do apart from that?
Alright, here's what I do. I do 14 things, guy. I am that person that Miles Monroe said, explore your talent, explore yourself and die empty. So, hey, watoto wa watu. I am a lecturer at Desa University, music. I have a company called Afrizo Voices. So here I use Desa students to market the university through music. That means I'm a CEO of Afrizo Voices. I am also the president of Africa Online Vocalists. Kindly check that out. Africa Online Vocalists is on Facebook, is on TikTok. We are also on YouTube and Twitter, yeah. I also have 3 other institutions that were born from Africa Online Vocalists, both online and the physical. So you can reach me out at Desa University. The other 2 are Talanta Ajira, based in Mombasa. We are celebrating on the 2nd. Wow. We will be celebrating those winners who we have had between the period of May until now. We also have another one with IYF. Korea, ni hauma, ayonga siyo. Yeah, find them at Park, next to Park. But our online classes happen with IYF also. Check out with me and let you know when that can happen. If you're interested in languages, talk to those Koreans. They have programs for that. And then, last but not least, Nairobi Performing Arts Studio, which is headed by Stuart Nash. So talk to me. All these are avenues for youths to explore themselves in music, as well as grown-ups. Wewe uko 47, 49, bora unaweza kuimba toa Katalanta. Na shida sitoma. Kwa sababu tunataka sana Mchina kuja ajifunze kwao na imbe kwao ama ni aje. So apart from that, the schools that I have, there are other things that I do. I was not privileged to be a model, lakini macho zangu zinaweza kumodel. By the way, Tasker Project Fame was given to me, not because I'm so intelligent or that I can be a principal. There are many of them, but I know they hired me because of my eyes. Wow. Zoom in, camera. Anyhow, so apart from that, there are other things that I do. Like I said, there's music that can make you explore other avenues of showcasing your talent. Drama, there's no musician who does not know how to act. So that means using my facial expressions. I teach people how to act. Drama, that's why by the way, Ian was on Tasker Project Fame, not because he's just a singer. He also knows how to explore his talent of acting. So as a thespian, he was asked to act like the devil. And that is why Ian was acting like that. Generally, he's a very good guy, very romantic. Looks a goonie, you're sababu. So, so that means music, dance, drama. I'm a choreographer, by the way. See, ile kama ya watu wanini ma hype men apana, but I can do minimal choreography for choirs, church choirs. I did that for a long time. I don't even want to mention. So, dance, drama, acting, creativity. Creativity, design. I have a cloth line also as Hellen Mtawali. I walked into stores and nikaona hii shape yangu nguo za wazungu hazinitoshi ndugu zanguni. Ilibidi nianze kufikiria akili ni nywele hata kama ni supermarket I had to design. So I designed my cloth line and I love it. Pretty soon we'll dress you up. Okay? So apart from that also there's creativity and writing. We teach people how to write songs, songwriting. And apart from that, I tell you, this can earn you 67 jobs, guys. If you're a musician, call yourself a genius. If you're a musician, the level of confidence we got is top notch. And the kids that I teach are able to use this forum and plus some of the training that we give them to be able to be great public speakers. Some kids, come on, we are Zora, Zawadi, etc. The way they speak. After being nurtured in our program, I tell you, think you're talking to grown-ups. Yeah, so, nasiati retrogression itawashika siku moja, no. It's because we have identified that if the Mzungu can do it, why not I?
Why not us? Yeah. So, apart, we've talked of Talanta Ajira and AOV,
yes.
Where you nurture talents, and you said that if people want to join this this company, they can register for only 2,000 shillings.
Only 2,000 shillings. Before long, we will actually be starting to charge school fees because these are institutions online. But for now,
training is free.
Yeah, training is free. Only registration, which is at 2,000.
What about
that's affordable?
What about Afrizo?
Afrizo is one that I started in 1998. That's a singing group that I started and partnered with Daystar University. So we partnered together and I teach Afrizo, both people from outside Daystar as well as students from Daystar University. So they are not necessarily musicians. They don't study music, but I use the opportunity to teach them how to sing if they love singing. So they are able to nurture that talent. Then that group now goes out to corporates, to cocktails. They sing everywhere. You invite them to birthdays, they come. Invite them to weddings, they will come. Corporate events, isomas, whatever, end year parties, etc. We have trained persons who can actually come and minister to you through Afrizo, and we will be there for you. Just check me out at Daystar University. Is it www.daystaruniversity.ac.ke, and my YouTube is Hellen Mtawali.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. Now, before Hellen sings for us maybe one song, so we can hear that voice, that vocal, I'd like to hear from these two ladies who have been a product of Hellen. What have you two learned from the time you started working with Hellen? What achievement?
I've learned a lot. I learned how to dress, how to do makeup, how to do creativity stuffs. I can also learn on how to copy someone through her because I can copy her speech. The way she talks, I can talk like her. Because I remember there's a time I used to be depressed. Then I started doing cuttings. Then one time she called me and, you know what, Vivian? Stop looking for assurance for people. So the things that she told me, I have all in my mind. Yeah.
There's one time I actually talked to her over the phone, and she recorded me. After recording me, the next day it was like a speech for 3 minutes. She gave me word for word, exactly the way I was expressing myself. And she does it exactly like the way I do. So one of the things that I really thank God for is that I can get people who love me hard. You know, people who love you hard. As in no otherwise. In Hellen Mtawali, I've met several of them who have come to me at Daystar University and said, I have been looking to you And some of them actually been able to stay with me. Some of them have actually been able to have opportunities to nurture, have had opportunity to nurture their talent and see what is good in them. Like, she's a very good artist, She's an eye for art, also has an eye for, she's very determined. Ata kazi gani, you give her anything as long as you can define it, she'll do it. So the latest one that I was amazed, because I was like, the class of people called tone deafs. People, like, they are, you put them together, ni tone deaf mbaya sana. You tell them saying, la 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 la, hataimba sauti ingine mpaka niseme okay. Endings zao ziko na haziko. They'll feel like, oh my gosh, you're clashing. So I was not there this weekend. And I told them, you know what? You guys are going to sing. You showed me a video of her singing. I was like, kuna Mungu. And that's what I like. I specialize in teaching people like this, who have been evacuated from audition halls, told, you know what, try cooking, go, this is not for you, try something else, etc. Those ones are the ones I get. And I'm telling you, that's how I started a Frizo. Because those who came for auditioning, they came to audition, 29 people, 26 of them were tone deaf, only 3 were tone sound. What I did is, took each of the 3, taught them different voices, and I told these other tone deafs, listen to them, sing into their ear. Before you know it, these days, tunaendanga mambo. Go and Google Afrizo voices. You see the places we've been to. Started going to the US in 2007.
US, UK.
Yes, UK. Every place. We've gone to different places, I tell you. Mpaka sasa hata wamekuwa, the people who are like, they expect you to just treat them like stars, my celebrity. But I tell them, you know what? Much as you have learned so much and people value you so much, never ever let pride get into your head.
Yeah.
Because it gets into your head and say, oh my gosh, kuna wengine wakishaomoka wameomoka na even Ruth Matete was on a Frizo. Ruth, kama kwako unajua, she was on a Frizo. Right now there's another one who used to laugh at and say you're a tone deaf. Right now he is the chaplain or pastor of praise and worship at kanisa ya kina nani inaitwaje? It's chapel that is in Kitengela, is it? Athiriva campus, Athiriva on your way to Athiriva. Yes, Nairobi is a chapel there, a big church, I tell you. And you listen to this guy sing. He's called Joel Maluki. Yeah, Joel Maluki came in, tiny little boy who didn't know. I know how to play drums. Ukipatia drums and you need to go off kidogo by Joel. Are you sure you know how to play drums? Then I started teaching him how to sing. Kidogo. Right now, the guy can sing. You can compare him to this guy from Nigeria. Another guy from Nigeria who sings very, very well. In fact, people think that he is akivaa vizuri, utafikiri ni yeye. Yeah, so that's another guy who I think didn't know how to sing. I have had many and many of those who don't know how to sing. Currently, you listen to them sing, they're like, and some of it they just learn by osmosis. Fanya macho yangu peke yake kikuona unajiuliza swali. Ni mimi fanya makosa nyuma yangu nisikie. Mimi nitakuangalia peke yake inafanya sauti rudika.
So you know yourself.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So most of the trips that you guys have taken out
Yes.
of Kenya to maybe to
Yes.
the US, to UK with
Yes.
with their Frizo team.
Yes.
Do you sponsor them or they use their own money to go to
Now,
this place?
if they go to a trip in the US, the ones that we've done before, they are sponsored by Daystar University. So Daystar University pays for everything. The accommodation and whatever. If it's not Daystar Valley Road, it's Daystar U. Actually, Daystar Valley Road pays for their ticket. Then Daystar US takes care of their accommodation, travel, and all the shows that we do. Yeah. But the money that we collect, somebody say hallelujah.
Amen.
The first time we did 42 million. Yes. Watu wazungu wanajuanga kutoa pesa nakwambia, I tell you. So the places we've gone, they have given us heavy support. Vice Chancellor went there this time after Corona, and when we went there, he said, Hellen, we went to the airport, just like that. We went to the airport to meet him. Then we said, let's become the Luyas, because they're Luya. The Vice Chancellor Ali checked us and said, Hellen, you're crazy. After that, he had a walk with me and said, Hellen, I didn't know you're so popular in the US. By the way, niko popular in US kushinda Kenya. Because ukisema unaenda mahali US and they advertise you, church moja, utafikiri wamekuwa advertise dunia mzima. We've been to Fox TV. We go Fox TV. Paka tukakaa kwa hizo viti. I've met Bush. You know Bush. In fact, tulikuwa tunaenda kupiga picha na kamera yetu. Kwa mzungu akasema hapana. Bush said no. It's okay. Bring that camera here. Kamera kazuri nakwambia. Bush alikubali kupigwa na hiyo kamera na tukasema yenyewe kweni Afrika kumbe ni watu, you know, and yeah, photos of the same, check them out on my Facebook wall, Hellen Mtawali. Hiyo lazima tu brag tunayo, yeah, so many presidents. I've met our own presidents from Kenyatta when I was a baby. From Kenyatta, I met him in person, met M1 son to him. Jamani bwana anapatia tu mbaya sana. Okay? Then I met Kibaki. Kibaki alikuwa for the 10K peke yake, and then we met Uhuru. Excellent guy. Plus Salva Kiir. There's one time I actually performed before Salva Kiir, all the government made leaders and our president, and I think it's a big privilege that I really thank God. And you people already know that I've done 2 national prayer days. Yes, I've done 2 of them on invitation, and each one of them has been phantasmagogic, fantabulous, fantastic. Ama niongeze Kijaluo ndani, banaki Kijaluo ni Kisungu. Kijaluo ni French. Kijaluo kipatia somebody something, call them B. Ukiona bwana matako inapita anasema maneno bwana C. Ukifinya kitu chini nasema B, A, B, C, D. Tech. It's new, you actually finish your words with the consonants, just the way you do English. That's why you relate. Lakini Wakikuyu mazeni najua mnajua Kiswahili vizuri sana Kiswahili, hata kama mtu kushambo. Gari ni nini? Gari. Mlango ni nini? Mlango. Basi ni nini? Baadhi. Alafu that's the reason why you relate with the Kiswahili vizuri. Sisi ulipita huko nje wa mlango chetu. Wewe mix mangeli. Actually pretty much that explains the association. Yeah. So I really thank God. I was not talkative like this when I was growing up. I suffered inferiority complex of the highest order with my eyes because they were green and everyone would talk about them. And then when I was younger, they stood out. Unapiga alafu unakuangalia. You feel like fainting. This part was black because I used to look down. And the people backbite me and Lewis. And I would do nasengenya bwana. Mtu anasengenya lakini anaongea ni kama anaongea huko. You know? So Lewis used to backbite me big time. But until I got to this university, I met a brilliant woman. She's been my mentor. I thank God. I hope she's still alive, you know. She is now in the US. She stayed in Kenya for about 22 years, etc. She mentored me big time. And my music, I am who I am because of what she did to my life. She's called Dr. Roberta King. God bless you wherever you are. Dr. Roberta King. She looked at me and said, Hellen, those eyes, we buy them for so expensive. Eyes we buy. Original. Is it the original? I'm nataka nifinye hivi nione kama si contact lenses za kumwagika. So from that time, it's like she put a switch on. I started knowing how to speak to people. I started looking at people inside the eye. I could even see your sins. Last but not least, I speak 16 languages. Niulize, niaje? Ni kwa sababu ya wimbo. So you learn, if you learn 20 Kikuyu songs, you're already Kikuyu. Because first you don't, as an African, you don't want to sing reading. You want to master, right? So you actually master 20 songs. You are a Kikuyu because that vocabulary has been put to you. Once you know, what's the meaning of Oshire, you don't want to sing what you don't understand.
You have to understand.
Before you know it, Umako, you know, so you actually start explaining, and you don't want to go say, Oshire, you don't want to sing to people the song, but I would do that. That's how I learned Kikuyu. I would get the words that I know from the song and speak to you. I say, unanishekesha sana, wacha nikwambie basi. Ukitaka kusalimia mtu mwambie tu horo wako, alafu atakujibu ni mwega. Okay, we wazi yako, ni wazi yako. And some of them are Kijaluo. So that way I was able to learn different languages. So currently I speak 16 languages.
Wow.
Just using that method. Yes.
That is how many?
It's not the ones that I don't know about that. The ones that are like on television, like I've seen all begin shortly. I just look at the little one touch, and then I get people say, that's when I later for Luo because Luo speaking capital letters. So already inside there's a Nigerian secrets of capital letters. That they speak well. When you take me to Niger land, I go flow well. Until somebody will say, you know, it's small well. I need plenty there for my head, plenty there for my own self. So that's that. Take me to Zulu land. I will speak Zulu land like I'm a Zulu. I'm a Zulu. Speak with their eyes, it's basic. I'm a who's on my It's part of the vocabulary. So I learned it through song. Just learned songs, as many songs. And this helped me one time. I went to Ethiopia. I met an Ethiopian. They start bringing people from different parts of the world. And when they come in, I made that part of my life because my dad also is also multilingual. So I would learn a language, but this lady was really, really interesting because she didn't know how to speak English. So I decided, okay, let me teach her English. She teaches me Amharic. Not knowing that one day I will land in Ethiopia. And that is how I became a celebrity in one day. So they taught me how to speak Amhara. Not a lot, but just a little that I can be able to acclimatize and digest. Yeah, so I love the fact that I am very open. My dad, we used to do little competitions with languages because he's also a linguist. So he's the first one who taught me how to speak Kikuyu. My late brother also would speak Kikuyu. He went to Kikuyu, and that is where he learned how to speak Kikuyu. So we used to do little competitions. We go to weddings to MC. I taught him how to MC. So he would speak Kikuyu, I speak Luo, and sometimes we change like that. The wedding would be interesting. Usually if it is Kikuyu and Luo. But Kigamba, nilijifunza Kigamba kwa sababu nimeimba na kina Kazanga for very long. Nimeimba now for very long. So I speak many languages. Yeah.
So you're very talented.
Yes.
Wow.
I play instruments. I play on instruments. The other day, some of the kina Budi walishangaa sema there was no drummer in that church, and the music really was calling for the drums. I said, Dala, why don't you smoke and the drums are there? So I went and sat on the drums and played. I think it's because usually if you're a good musician, one who has a great ear, you can actually play basic instruments. So I play all instruments, play the guitar, play the keyboard. That's my first instrument. Then I play the drum set and I play the saxophone, not saxophone, mouth trumpet. This one moved to a saxophone and let down. I invited him to come, and these people are really looking forward. And then the guy that's decided not to show up. Like there's a woman who's saying very specific right now, Hellen, I'm going to give you an invitation, and this invitation is in December. Sasa leo tuko September, you're giving me an invitation in December. Why? She wants to make sure that I look for the best saxophonist, the best violinist. Then you don't show up. I had to learn how to play it with the mouth. Unashanga watu nayo saa nyingine naenda mahali nikimaliza kuimba ama chillax sijamaliza, then I play that, you know. Yeah, so I play the saxophone or trumpet with my mouth.
Wow, okay. Yes. That's amazing. What have you learned from Hellen?
Okay, I've learned a lot. I've learned how to be straightforward, to be determined, and what you want, you get it. Because for her, if she wants something, she will get it. So I think I learned that because I wanted this and I got it. I wanted to meet her and I decided to go and meet her, to be straightforward. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you were to advise right now the teens and the youth like you on how to come up and be talented the way you've worked with Hellen, what one thing or two things would you tell them?
Believing in yourself. You just have to believe yourself.
Mm-hmm. It starts with a belief.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're really pretending to be very polite right now, but they're not polite as you see. Yeah. Okay. Let the devil loose. Yeah.
And right now, if I was to ask you maybe to replace one thing from you, one thing in you, with one thing from Hellen, what will you do?
If I was to replace something from me and one thing from Hellen, oh my goodness. I don't.
What is it? What is it you maybe what is it you desire or admires for me that probably I overdo it, and you feel like, you know what? If I was given this, I would do it well.
The eyes. If I was given the eyes. Only because I'm a model. If I could have been given the eyes
look at
as a model, I'll be like, it's me, and that is me. Something like that.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you? If you had to replace something?
The way she talks. I love the way she talks, and then the way she sings also. Cause even the instrument Bella,
So
I
it's
stole
like you
from her.
replace everything that you have to be Hellen.
But not even the eyes.
Not the
Every
eyes.
part of her, but not the eyes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's scary, yeah, I know.
Because I remember one time, hizo matches zilistoka stage.
Yeah. Me, I communicate with my eyes. These eyes communicate hugely, it's not a lie. They can rip you off. Ujiangalie ujiulize swali, hey, return to sender. Yes.
Well, now let's maybe ask Hellen to sing for us one song before I can ask her maybe something about her personal life.
Okay. What? Okay. Let me use what you know and then probably engage and put my own stuff. Okay? Zahara, I respect you from wherever you are, and oh my gosh, I pray for your life. May God just continue rejuvenating you, and may God cover you. I know musicians get through a lot in their lives, but Zahara, God bless you for this song. It's called Pendula, and I sing it the Kenyan way. Okay? So, Gosia Pendula. Ngiyacela Gosia Pendula ngiyacela Gosia Pendula ngiyacela Gosia Pendula ngiyacela Pendula 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 Pendula, 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 sinigela, guwe, sina milengo wetu, sinigela, guwe. Milengo wetu pendula 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 Africa, 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 najua uelewi pendula, 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 wewe uko nyumbani, najua unapenda kizungu, shinda Kikuyu, nasema pendua, pendua, akili yako pendua, pendua, akili yako, wewe uko nyumbani, unaona kama kutumia simu kutengeneza pesa ni mbaya, pendua, pendua, akili yako pendua, pendua, akili yako, wewe unachukua video badala ya kunichukua mwili yote, mapua yangu nono ndo naangalia, pendua, pendua, akili yako pendua, pendua, akili yako pendua, pendua, akili yako pendula, pendula.
Wow, that is amazing. Which language is that?
That's Zulu.
Zulu.
Zulu. I don't know if it's Zulu. No, also has a lot of click sound. So if it's softer, it's Zulu.
What is pendua?
Pendula. No, technically it has a different meaning, but because it's closer to the Swahili pindua, that's why we say pindua, change your mind.
Oh,
So that's how I use the song. Yes.
And in between the song, I've heard you say, it's like the way you break, you break, then you pick up again.
Yes. I use what it's called inversions. I go pendula, pendula. They go pendu. That's when I go pendu. That's called I'm flipping my voice. It's called lilt or yodel. So I'm using that to technically use that technique. It's a technique in music. So pendu. Yeah, that's a flip. I'm flipping my voice.
Wow.
Yes.
That is an amazing song. I love it so much. Yes. I love it so much, and I hope even my audience, they are going to love that song. Mm-hmm. Now, Hellen, I want to ask you something maybe about personal life. Yes. I don't know, but in life we have so many challenges that we get through. And maybe what is that worst thing in your life that ever happened to you, and if you look back, you wish it never happened?
Yes. One of the things that happened to me when I was growing up, I was in class 7. We were actually going to do our exams in class 7. Then my dad, who was working at the den, I thank God that maybe through that we actually learned the difficulties of life and started learning life skills. But before that, my dad, we used to live a very, very luxurious life. We lived in a big house. My dad was a soldier. We would get food anytime we want. Our beddings, tukitaka bedding mpya, unaingiza kidole hivi kwa sheet, unararua. The next week, you're given new beddings, And we used to get free food every week. Free food, they give you shopping for the whole entire week, So that was good life. Good life that most people in the military would have. School, we were taken to school by bus. There's not much that we would do, but we enjoyed life. Until that time when the coup d'etat came and life changed. From living from a very big house into a tiny little room like this, and sometimes even smaller than this, my mom took us. We went to Madari. Na nikajifunza karate mbaya sana. Mtu asiniletea hapa juu. Wanaume. Yeah, so I learned karate. That actually made me start knowing the importance of self-defense, and I did a lot. During that time that my dad was up there, my dad went to prison. We were so used to seeing him every day, but now that he's in prison, we're not going to see him. So that means we have to survive with my mom as our dad and mom. We went to high school. My dad was still not there, but when he came back, we're just glad that God preserved his life. And today he's retired, and we thank God. But there's a lot that we learned from that man. His eyes are like mine, Yeah, my late grandmom also has eyes like this. So if there was that did not happen to make us feel good, but that destabilized us for a while. But I thank God that we were able to switch from very luxurious life to life that we used to enjoy. My mom, I said, hey mom, unatakula skuma iko ndani ya sensi ya damu. Ukifungua hivi ukidonga shindano unaona veins green na ni skuma. Because tulikula skuma mpaka skuma ikatutaja na jina. Hellen, this is skuma time. So, oh my God, that's the basic my mother could afford. Tukibadilisha sana, maybe on a Sunday would eat skuma and mayai. It's not because that's what she loved, but that is, first of all, healthy, and the next thing is because that is what she could afford. On Mondays to Friday, we eat skuma at least. On Saturday, we eat githeri. On Sunday, we eat skuma and mayai. Akijaribu sana wakati wa holiday na birthday, tunakula chapati. Na siku ya kwenda shule pia tunakula chapati. So when we went to boarding school, we thanked God only to meet ile kuna weasels ndani. But we thank God. I studied in Ogaden campus. Ogaden campus ilikuwa shule huko, huko. I was privileged to actually stay to study there. My high school was Nyabisawa Girls High School. I'm hoping that I can go back there with Daystar. We were recently in Mukumu Girls. So part of what I do for Daystar University is I'm a brand ambassador for the university. So I speak on behalf of Daystar University, bringing students to Daystar University to study. I thank God that I do that. I do that through Afrizo. I also do that as a motivational speaker. I go to high schools and speak to those kids, those youths, and encourage them about career paths. And so, if there was this one thing that would change is that life, whatever happened during that coup was unimaginable and was frustratious. But I thank God that God had redeemed us From then on came out this jewel, this person, the most beautifully eyed lady. Watu wanafikiri mimi ni Mshaina, wanafikiri mimi ni kutoka Kongo. Sio genga na COVID tuna. Papasi utanabotama. Mimi napatikana huko, Mungu amenijaza mubaraka. Baraka imenijazilisha. Na mshukuru Mungu. So I thank God for actually making, you say a gift, and I say this gift was pruned and nurtured with the presence of God, because my mom would pray so my mother would pray for us a lot. Currently, I thank God for her taking me to a Luo school, because I learned Luo. Currently, I am also the president of Lugo Mufo, Luo Gospel Musicians Forum Circle. If I didn't know Luo, I would definitely not have even an eye of a hearing or hearing before the Luo people. You know that. Yeah, so I thank God for that.
Now, if you are to advise anyone who is watching this show today, which advice maybe would you give them concerning maybe personal life that people pass through? In their
the things that people, challenges that people pass through.
Yeah.
First of all, remember, it is you're watching event shows. Subscribe. Saklaibi hapo basi saklaibi kwa effect show, manake huko pia ndio tuko sisi nakwambia. Yeah, don't also forget, yes, subscribe. The right English is subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. It's a YouTube. The channel is Yvette Show. Yvette Show. Hata mimi usimsahau, maana yake atapea mimi kwa YouTube. Lakini nakwambia Hellen Mtawali basi ni huyu mmoja, hamna mwingine duniani. Mimi peke yangu. So now subscribe it. I want to tell the youth today, if you are a youth, remember that the youths are the people who are supposed to enjoy life. Enjoy it the right way. Discover what you're good at and do it. Package yourself. Youth, tumetoka na ile historia. Sasa tumejileta. Na sasa mtusikize, package yourself. And then don't give us mediocre stuff. Give your best. Because you are the one missing. You are the one that we've not heard and not seen. So give us your best. Discover what talents you have. Whatever you like to do, is it in sports? Is it in dancing? Is it in creating? Is it in whatever it is? Miles Mundu the late says, die empty. That's what I'm going to do. Ukiulizwa swali, what have you given to us? Have something that you've given. Change a life. Wow. Find it. Find something that you've not been able to do. Work. Don't wait until Form 4 ndio uanze kufanya kazi ndugu yangu. Siku hizi hata standard 8 unajaribu volunteer somewhere. Yeah. Go and volunteer and wash your uncle's shoes. Brush them. Siku moja atakupatia kaso. Ni do yako. Na kule uko proud ulipewa so na uncle yako juu ya kazi ulifanya. Wacha kungoja mpaka Form 4 iishe. When you go for holidays, find a place. You want to be a doctor. Don't just want to be a doctor. Duka tusindano. Na ujakanyaga hospitali uone kama hospitali huko harufu itakuweza ama itakuweza. You want to be a doctor? Get into hospitals. Volunteer your services there. See whether you can actually live in that environment and change a life. You want to be a teacher? Guza chok wewe siku nyingine jifanye unafundisha mtu mathematics. Wone kama you can get the formula right. Wone kama if your process actually help that person. That way you actually be helping yourself to get that experience of doing what you love to do best. We are tired of people who have been misplaced in their jobs. Start placing yourself right now. Place yourself. Find what you want to do. The Queen plans 100 years. The Queen of England plans 100 years. Wewe hata siku mbili kuplan umesendo. Americans nurture their kids right from standard 3. Mtoto yuko kwa kamera ya YouTube hapa, 3-year-old, innovating. I want you to go to the swimming pool before you sink. You're going to put this in your mouth and it will help you to breathe. Breathe. Standard 3. Mtu wako standard 3 amesa innovate. Wewe uko Form 4, hakuna na kitu innovate. Hata nywele yako kuinnovate hujawa innovate. Please guys, it's about time. Africa has a lot. I am tired of the conversation of people saying that we want to depopulate the world and we'll start with Africa. No. Africans are intelligent. Msongo anaongea kilunga moja. Sisi at least mimi naongea 16. We are smart. Africans are also socially very intelligent. Do not place us where we don't belong. I belong to the best. You who think that I don't belong to the, I've got lots and many things to give to the world. Time. Don't do in a matter. So easy, if I've not come to your place, look for me. My number is 07226932, 0727980156, 0734 niendele.
Tafuteni Hellen for talent. If you have that talent, you can look for me and I can connect you to Hellen and you know what you can do. But then I'm going to ask Hellen maybe one last question.
Yes.
This is now concerning women.
Yes.
If maybe, well, I don't know if you've experienced this.
Yes.
There is this age that if you reach around 27, 20, 28, 29, 30,
Yes.
and you are not married,
Yes.
and you go home now, the villagers and maybe the family members start asking this question, what are you still doing here? Did you pass through that, or have you had things like that?
A few times before I'm on my birthdays, people used to sing for me. And I respond,
Okay.
So first of all, you women don't want to marry somebody who's going to make you suffer.
Yes.
You want to marry your soulmate. Not easy to find, but you want to marry and enjoy your marriage.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Even among Christians, it's not easy. That's why I'm saying for marriage is how well you work your way into, or both of you have to invest into this. So I tell women, take your time. Take your time. Even if you're 40 years, somebody was telling me, I have lived a Christian life. And they've taught me to avoid fornication, even adultery, and I did my best. Now look, I have 42. Who is going to marry me? Tafadhali, even if you are short, or tall, or fat, or big, or car, or without car, please, my number is, no, don't worry. There's no need for what? For desperation. Don't be desperate. I want to tell people, if you want to get married, make yourself marriageable. One of the mistakes that women do who stay a little longer is we choose. Don't choose, but pray that you get to meet the right person. Start when you're, even as in class 4, even in class 8, start praying for that husband to come your way. Because ideally, sometimes it's a matter of fate. But if you pray, I know you'll get the right partner. Because being loved is not hard. You can love somebody. But now maintaining that for a long time is what takes ages. Yeah. And it's unfortunate that where Kenya has got to now, men are even tired of catering people. These people have made catering so complicated. Sijui hata sisi umekula fare, hey, they made it so complicated. Some people say nalipisha fare yangu, like that. So I want to tell people who are still young and not married, please just pray and depend on God. One day you meet that Mr. Right. Don't ever give up.
Because the villagers are asking
yes,
them that.
Because those people will not live with you. Yeah. Villagers will not live with you. They want to eat that dowry. But the thing is, after that, my dear, you're on your own. I don't want to go and start crying on your own. You want to enjoy. Yeah. The right one is the best. And I tell you, you think there's the right one?
The right time. Yeah.
The right time. Yeah. The right one, sometimes you have to work towards being the right partner. Because there are many people who are married who are crying today. You have to tell people it's only God. Without God you can't. Because the human being, we are nusu, we need to go nusu. But if you ask God to fill you up, He makes you enjoy whatever you are. You have enjoy the company of your friends. Just the way you enjoy the company of your friends, you will enjoy the company of that person you call your partner. Yes.
Now maybe the last one now.
Final last consumer.
The last one now. Yes. Maybe in marriages now, we see maybe there are so many breakups. Marriages are not working the way maybe you planned it that it was going to work. What do you think normally happens?
For me, I think it's like, for me, my era is different. Yeah, and technically where I came from is the so they actually would arrange marriages for us at that time, and I got out of that church where my background actually was that where you're not supposed to be seen even talking to a man. If you talk to one, it's a sin, utaweka kwa panel, ulizwe dada, tulikuona, ulikuwa unafanya hivi. Kwanza unashuka nywele ama unashukia nani? Ni Yesu ama unashukia kijana? Waanze kukuona kutamani dada. Unatembea na high heels kwa nini? Ndio wanaoso wakati umefika ama nini, you know? Things like that. But I'm glad I was able to get out of that and knew the basic truth from scripture to know how to live my life. But people must be told that if you live your life in purity, it will pay you. In challenges of marriages is because sometimes people rush into marriages, or maybe you fell in love with somebody, got infatuated, and you got married. And then after that, reality hits you. Then you don't know how to live with it. People's backgrounds are different. Watu wana backgrounds tofauti, understand each other. I wish there was this one course that people would take at DESA called cultural anthropology. If you took that course at DESA University or any place that is offered, it will make you have a paradigm shift. To know that we are all different, you need to have the spirit of understanding. People might come from different cultures, understand where they come from, not to be judgmental. That way you are able to live with somebody for long. You're able to live with them, not just bear, but enjoy, because you know that, your background is different, my background is different. We have come together in the name of love. So I need not to judge you. Wakati umekuja kuchelewa home, najua kuna kazi imepita. Cameraman ameenda ametumwa Loitoktok. Huko Loitoktok magari zikwame. Wewe uko hapa hivi na mdomo yako unaanza kuambia, umekuja kuchelewa kwa nini? Okay, tunakujua. Hata tunakuonanga social media. Na kazi yake kwanza ni social media. By all means he's going to post people. Kupiga madem pisha ndio unajua. Na ni kazi yake. So understand, if you learn a course like this, you will not be judgmental to judge somebody from the work they do and start feeling like, oh my God, you are the one who can't have the spirit of understanding. Understand where they're coming from first. Umeona jali yako ni mrembo sana, anapendwa na madem, ni ladies man. Kabla uingie kwa hiyo nyumba, elewa ni ladies man na isiwe kukuwekea wivu. Ukishaona kama anapendwa, furahi, una kitu inapendwa. Na wengine wanakuwa na kitu haiwezi pendwa ndio nataka. Alafu nawe basi kwa peke yako. Thank God that guy is admirable. Many people admire the guy, but the guy chose you. Thank God. Smile. Jesus loves you anyway. Sasa kuanza kumwekea manini hapo, hati umekuja saa ngapi? Okay, hiyo simu yako inasema nini? Wewe ni nani? Ni je na ukweli ama ni wa Biblia? Okay, Joseph. Huyu si Joseph, huyu ni Jacinta. Hello. Alafu siku moja upate kama ni mwanaume kweli. I ask people, when you have questions like that, ask yourself, what if you were wrong?
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys. I hope you loved the show today. And I'm very much glad to have Hellen and her two ladies in my house today. Now, continue subscribing to this channel. We've come to the end of the show, and let's meet again next week. Thanks, Hellen, for coming.
Subscribe.